I always assumed lawyers lived by the book, facts, confidentiality, clean lines. But what happened between me and my lawyer was impossible to keep hidden, no matter how many rules we tried to follow. Diane entered the room with her signature calm, every step measured, every glance precise. She gave me that look, the one that had shifted over the weeks from professional courtesy to something far more intimate. After countless meetings reviewing documents, our conversations had begun to drift. Less about my case. More about us. "Alex," she said softly, closing the door behind her. Her smile was brief but warm. "We're nearly there. I'm confident we'll keep your company intact." I exhaled, the breath catching on something I hadn't expected, sadness. Relief should have come flooding in, but instead, it felt like we were nearing the end of something I didn't want to let go. "You look surprised," I said, watching her carefully. She tilted her head, amused. "Surprised? No. I think you know exactly what I'm feeling." My cheeks flushed. Every exchange with Diane had been laced with a subtext neither of us dared to name, until now. It had started with late-night texts, check-ins that bled into flirty banter. Coffee meetings became dinner strategy sessions, which soon dissolved into lingering glances and fingers brushing over wine glasses. And now, here we were. The case almost closed. The thing that tied us together about to be finalized. "I'm not sure I want this to end," I said, quietly. She didn't flinch. "The divorce? Or our meetings?" Her tone was gentle, but her eyes burned with understanding. "Maybe both," I admitted, meeting her gaze, daring her. We moved to the couch, abandoning the safe barrier of the table. The distance between us shrank to nothing. "Are you sure about this?" she whispered, leaning closer. "Nothing has felt certain since you took my case," I breathed. "Except you." She gave a shaky laugh. "I tried to keep things professional. I really did." "You didn't make it easy," I teased, voice low. Neither of us spoke for a moment. The silence buzzed, thick with tension and every unspoken word we'd swallowed over the past few weeks. "If we cross this line, there's no going back," Diane warned. "I don't want to go back." That was all it took. One heartbeat later, she leaned in, closing the space with a kiss that erased every rule we'd ever tried to obey. It was slow at first, a question. Then deeper. Certain. Starved. In that moment, the months of buried emotion ignited. When we finally broke apart, breathless, she looked at me with a seriousness softened by something tender. "This could really complicate things," she said, though the tug of her smile betrayed her. I laughed. "Everything's already complicated. Then I guess we have nothing left to lose." We kissed again. And this time, I didn't hold back. No matter how messy life got outside that office, what I felt with Diane was real. Unfiltered. And worth every risk.